is con learning. The ability to repeat a lesson you don't understand is at the heart of effective learning. And people get embarrassed. But if it's not just you and your computer, you don't care. This is now your computer. So Duolingo intrigues me for this reason. 70% of the prisoners in the United States cannot read. It's a major correlation between illiteracy and going to jail. And by the way, when they get out of prison, they cannot read. So we're paying over $100,000 a prisoner to have them sit there and learn how to be a better criminal, with no capacity to find a way. For example, what if you said you can't apply for parole until you can read and write? And then you could provide them a specialized smartphone that they could use 24/7. And specialized in the sense you cut off lots of other access. And what we think is going to happen, and we think this is an enormous opportunity for people who want to get this country back on track. Go anywhere back in your state and ask two questions. Are you happy with the way things are? You know, is the current system doing it for you? And you're going to find 80 or 90% of the folks are going to say, well, no, actually, this isn't working all that well. And then second, would you like to break out and have more jobs, more learning, better health? And are you prepared to change the government to accelerate getting to these kind of breakthroughs?
What do you think the prisoners are? Out of curiosity.
I think the prisoners are, I'll tell you, I think prisoners are people who think you can't do it. You know, that they've been psychologically conditioned by the news media, by the academic world, by the bureaucrats to say, well, it's too hard. And changing Los Angeles Unified, the largest school district in the country, that's too hard. We can't do it. Imagining that you could actually have safety in Chicago, that's too hard. We can't solve it. And I think what we have to do, in a sense, is be a party of optimism and a party of hope, and show people actual cases of why it can work, and then ally ourselves with all the people who are trying to invent the future, and set up basically a fight between the pioneers who want to create a dramatically better future and the prison guards, the Food and Drug Administration, the IRS, the Environmental Protection Agency. I mean, just go down to the Federal Department of Education. Just go down the list of all the people who are trying to prop up the old order. A couple of easy things you ought to take back home for your state legislators, county commissioners, governor, members of Congress. One, I think we as a party ought to encourage every elected official we've got to once a quarter hold a town hall meeting with people 1,800. And just say, we want you to come and bring your ideas. I mean, I think we become the party of the young by becoming the party of the young. And you're going to find, you know, Apple actually pays for app developers under 18 to come to their annual conference, because they want the new ideas, the new approaches, the new things. Two, I'm encouraging members of Congress to have a town hall meeting. Find 3 local pioneers and open your town hall meeting by having each of them get up and talk about what they're doing to invent a better future. I think part of what we have to do in the era of Obama's disaster is we have to get beyond being anti-Obama, and we have to reconvince people you can have hope in America, that we can have a better future. I think we have a chance next year and in 16 to offer a vision of a future. I don't think we beat Hillary Clinton in a personality fight, because the news media will prop her up. I don't think she can win a fight if she has to be defending the prison guards of the past, and we get to be offering the pioneers of the future. If she has to defend the current failures, and we get to offer a dramatically better future, I don't think she can win that campaign. And that's why I think the breakout is such an important moment.
I'm going to ask.
Hello, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much. If we employ all these new apps on our smartphone, does the Obama administration have access to them? Probably.
Well, you raised, you know, this is a very serious point. I happen to be a hawk in terms of national security. That's not my home. My dad was a career soldier for 27 years. I think we ought to be advocating a law that makes it a felony to use any of this information for anything except counterterrorism. And the idea that the IRS And we're in a city where we're just reminded that knowing who might want to bomb us is important. But I will tell you, I am very willing to be tough on counterterrorism. I am equally willing to be tough on anybody who violates our civil liberties when it comes to taking that information and using it for any other purpose. And I think your question is very legitimate, and we'll be the party that defends your right as an American citizen to be innocent until proven guilty and to not have big government look over your shoulder.
There's a question up front.